All right, and we're live.
Hi, everybody.
Look, look, he's here.
Yes, we
So,
have the child today.
so far, all I've done is I've grabbed a couple pieces of material here. I drew circles, and then realized one of my
Mm.
doesn't work because when I was just looking at reference photos, I realized his head's not. So originally, I was thinking Ger's head's kind of shaped like a bucket. Turns out Ger's head is shaped like a bucket with a rounded bottom, so an upside down belly. So I have to figure out how to do the rounded piece now. So that's gonna be interesting. Although I could still cut my ring out and that would work for a support for the bottom. And then I just have to figure out how to make a rounded piece. But we're gonna cut these two circles, well, three circles out, which makes two circles. Because we're cutting an outside ring and an inside ring, and then this is just the top of his head. And then we're gonna use this foam to figure out how to make some eyes. He is here so that we can make sure things fit on his head. Yeah. Good.
So, what are we doing?
We are cutting foam. We're making the halo that is going to go around Bruce's neck. Try not to. We got the two. We got to make this look for the one with his head. That's all I got to work with. Nice part is, Burr is made out of trash can. So if this is not perfectly round, it's not a problem. Because anyone that's watched the first episode will know the line of Mycellus, isn't that just a pile of junk? Or no, Mycellus, isn't it kind of dumb? No, it's a van. Of course.
Can you tell us what kind of foam you're using?
Brand I have no clue, but this is one of the hobby store versions of Eevee foam. It is built in the grade quality. It's not garbage. It's not high quality stuff. There are companies out there that make really good stuff. Sunforge and there's a couple others that I've used that make really nice stuff. But it's also you're gonna pay for nice. So, and then you can also do the budget route, which is using things like yoga mats and floor mats, which the longest time was the only route. But there is nothing wrong with the budget route. Sometimes it's even the better option. Reptar's feet are made out of floor mat. Not even good floor mat, Harbor Freight floor mat. So this ring is just going to be a rigidity ring. But this has to be able to fit over his head. Yeah, that's gonna be like you don't get these. You're not below keys in front of you anyway. You act like you're gonna see anything.
You're just gonna.
Yeah. No, not Demo, but with the light.
Okay, so now you're cutting, I'm guessing, the top piece of Gur's head.
Yep.
And apparently Tyler's laughing so hard he's crying.
I really wish I had more of the lithium Linux gold blades. Because this kind of sucks that I'm not getting all the way through on this.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see that has a significant curve to it. That side. So yep, like you said, heat gun.
Heat gun.
So if you heat up foam, it will take new memory. And you can also do this to make curves in the foam, or to remove curves from the foam.
And if someone doesn't have a heat gun, what could they do?
And a bind blow dryer might work if you have a hot enough one. Realistically, the heat gun is ideal, and they're fairly cheap. I think this thing was like $20 on Amazon. I think this one right here was like 10 or 15 on Temu. They're really cheap. Or just live in Sacramento during the summer.
And Jeff has his mic muted so that you guys don't have to hear the whirling sound of the heat gun. But if you are a crafter and you're out there, you know that the heat gun is very useful. You just take your time with it. You don't want to heat it too much and then it can't do what you want it to do. And that is a 10-pound weight that they are placing on there to help it stay in shape. 5 pound. My bad. 5 pound.
It doesn't have to be there long either, just until it cools down. But the main thing you're watching out for when you heat it is you can burn it if you're too close to stay still. You want to keep moving. So if you
Ooh, I saw that red on there.
you'll get it shiny. Kind of hard to show.
Can't really tell with the lighting, really.
You can kind of see it starting to pucker there. Maybe if I go.
Oh yeah, I can see the dip when you tilted it.
There's like weird texture to it. It starts looking like a marshmallow when you toast it on over the fire. It starts getting all rough and weird and stuff like that. But you can shape foam into whatever you want as long as it's warm. And hold it, it does kind of have like a metal style memory where
Mm-hmm.
hold it a little further than you want it, and it's going to swing back a little bit. Like you can see, I'm holding this all the way over. When I get to let it go, it's going to swing back. I didn't hold it right away. This is cool. And you can see that most didn't go 100%. But I would rather go in a little increment here. You're holding a little bit of an opposite hold for that swing back. Because if you go in little increments, you don't pass your mark for one. It's undoing what you just did. So, and for two, it doesn't take long to add more in. So, down. Let's pop this up.
We cannot see the top of his head.
We need to get an antenna made up.
What materials are you guys getting?
Antenna parts. You're about to head up on banana.
Oh. Okay.
We're sacrificing the pond.
Okay. Did you buy those or find them? Okay.
We are sacrificing a pond, and then we're going to use a little bit of aluminum wire and a drill and
Yay, power tools!
It'll be loud.
Maybe a little, not much.
A little loud.
These are cool little vices. They're inside vices. And tighten it up to the side of the bench. You're not going to move it. There's actually a spot to put 2 screws in the front, which makes it a lot more stable. For when you're just doing little things like this, or just need to cut off the head of the thing.
Tater thinks it's a great idea.
Anything can be anything if we're creative.
Bruce is just bobbing his head through the... It'll be loud.
Trying to grab this without pinching my fingers. So I have Milwaukee stuff that I've been using at work. Milwaukee makes great tools. It is more than most people need.
Not sponsored.
It is legitimately more than most people need. For doing something like this, you'd be totally fine with like a Riley or like Odin uses.
Apparently, Odin's going to be at Surf City next month.
We're going to be somewhere next week.
Yeah, we are. I'm going to be somewhere on Sunday.
I am not centered. But
Brucey. So, why do you not care that you're not centered?
Because it is Guru's antenna and Guru's not centered. The guy is kind of unhinged.
Oh, okay.
Ooh. Oh, that is a big pull and a small ball. But you can see we got a hole partially in there, but it does not go all the way through.
It's a hole.
So the plan is to glue that to that to make her his little antenna.
Just cool.
Okay.
Bendy wire, bendy wire.
Yes.
Beat it. Hard as you can.
Squeeze.
Right about there. Or actually the other side. Right about there.
Oh, I heard that pop.
Got a little scrub from on that. You'd pull off. Bend. I just bent it so that it'll sit flat there. And I'm going to bend this at the back angle. And the bead will go on. And there's his little burr antenna. Which I don't think you want to get stabbed in the head by it. So,
Yes.
we will go over here.
Ooh, the drawer.
Grab some duct tape. It is internal, not visible by any means. I am fully fine with a simple, crude answer. Like duct tape splitting the hell out of it. Oh, I lost the bead. on it.
So what are you doing? Just marking the spot?
Nope, I am literally taping his antenna in place. This is doing two things. One, it is making the antenna stay attached. And two, it is covering up the metal so it doesn't poke in the head.
Mm-hmm.
And duct tape, because it's on the inside and you will never see it. I don't care about that big ugly block. It is non-consequential. This guy, however,
Adhesive. What kind are we using?
that would probably be really good, but I don't want to waste it. I wouldn't use that much of it. So, 5-minute epoxy would be ideal for this purpose, but there's no reason to waste a whole jar on just a little drop of it. So, I'm just gonna use some Gorilla Glue Clear, and then do that in there. I only filled it like halfway because I know it's enough. Even at halfway, it still probably is overrun a little bit here. So, just gonna hold it upside down for a couple minutes here while I get the skin. Right, maybe. Alright, so now all that's propped up. It's not. Oh, yeah. Let's see. What's next? Eyeball? Eyeball? Eyeball.
How big of an eyeball do you want?
I think I might use this phone, which is originally not stretched for your head. I'm gonna use this to do your eyes. Because my thought is we can make it match the cup. That. Have that paper on it. Does it like that? Turn it that long. That'll get that nice eyeball shape. And what we're looking for is this right here, this little silver piece on the side of the eye there. So far we have a little antenna doohickey on his head. So everything on the above part there is made. For his mouth, we're going to use this rod here. I'm just going to cut the ends off of it. There's no point in having you guys watch me run a hacksaw. What I'm thinking here is his eyes kind of look like these cups, so they're cone shaped. If I cut the cups off like that. So I'm thinking perhaps I cut a line right here at 4 ounces. Out of our way. Thank you, sir. line marker. Got 4 there. We got 4 there. Get our straight edge. Let's actually get clear off.
The cup fell. Oh no. Oh no.
You got that, or you need help?
I got it.
Okay.
See, the child knows how to use tools.
I think we might want to go to 5. The 4 looks just a little shallow to me. I could always cut a little more off if I didn't like it. So let's go down to all the way down to 3. Three.
So you are measuring out
I'm
size of
measuring?
the eye with the cup.
Yeah, because these are measurement cups for doing like silicone and stuff. So I'm actually using the
Mhm.
measurements, the fluid ounce measurements backwards on the cup.
Oh, interesting.
So the smaller the number, the bigger the part will get. So we're going from 4 to 3 and gaining quarter inch. Interesting part measuring that way. The distance between those lines get bigger the smaller the number is. Because it is a tapered shaped cup. Therefore, to get the same amount of fluid in the cup, you have to have more height because you have less width. So, the space between 4 and 3 was a half inch. 4 and 3 was a half inch. Space between, oh, 1 second. The space between 7 and 8 is 3/8. So, it's going to change based on where you are. Based on where you are. And that looks more like the height you want. Where's our next go?
Don't lose the knife.
If you are not working on a surface you do not care if it has pet marks on it, like I am, I have pet marks all over my bin. I do not care. Make sure that you have a cut pad underneath, and that your cut pad is thick enough that your blade will not be cut. Oh, I shred.
Yes, I have one. Yes, I have one.
Ruler, please. Okay, let's go in. Let's see, how much paper do we want? I say let's go in quarter inch. Go on quarter inch, yeah. And then we will go from but to get a taper quarter inch or whatever this length is. That 5, 2, 3/8. I just mark quarter-inch in on one side and going one side and going. It'll give me my paper. That taper allows when it rolls up, it'll have more of a fiddle shape to it. Take the rolled length. Layer off.
Guys watching, this is like very precise work because you have to get the measurements just right. Otherwise, you could pretty much mess it up and then have to start all over. And hopefully, you didn't waste a bunch of material.
Hopefully, you have enough material that you can afford to waste it. If you did.
True.
Sometimes you do and sometimes you don't. This is all drops that I'm playing with. So if I ruin this, I already need to buy another roll of it. So that I can press out his head. Are you stacking chess pieces?
Yes. I used to cut one as a base. And this is what I got from that.
Hey, look, we have an antenna.
Now you gotta try again.
That is not on all the way.
Oh, that doesn't look like it held.
It's not cured all the way. It has a gel, but it hasn't cured. The stuff says it takes 24 to 48 hours to cure, so
I got the head.
that's fine. Okay, so if we go halfway from both of these, what, 14 and a quarter? Half of 14 is 7, half of a quarter is an 8. So the center mark. And then our bottom is going to be more math, is 13 and a quarter.
Woohoo! I restarted it.
Or no, 13 and 3/4. 13 and 3/4. Half of 12 is
6.
half of 1 is half. 6 and a half. And then half of a half is a quarter. 6 and 3/4. And half of a quarter is 3. So, use over 3/4 is 6, 7, 8. 7, 8. 6 and 7, 8. Right here. That's it. And then go forward with that. There. And there.
Hey, Sewang.
So what I just did there is I found center of the top and then I found center of the bottom. And on the short side, I measured from center of bottom a 1/4 inch each direction because we're making 2 parts. And I'll go from that outside mark I'm making to that center mark on the other side, and that will give me my icon.
Not on the chair.
And you're gonna glue these together, right? Like in the shape.
Yes. Probably not today, but yes. So when you get foam this thin, doing an edge on it, edge glue, which is what you'd normally do for something like this, is borderline impossible to get it to here. Because realistically, this should come together and just the edge of the foam would be touching like that. And getting 2 millimeters, or ideally this is 2 or 3 millimeters, to stick together and hold it so you can have a circle is almost impossible. You can do it, but it's almost impossible. This is getting a mesh over the end anyways, so that it has the dirt eye. So what I will probably do with this is actually use gaff tape. I will still glue it, but I'll put gaff tape down, tape it in place, and then open up the seam so that it's sitting like this with the gaff tape. Put the glue on there, contact seam on there, hold it for a second so it's cured to the right point, and then just push down on it so that it lines up flat, and just hold it for a couple of seconds while it marries together. Also, a little bit of heat will help hold it in that shape, and so that's actually what I'm gonna do right now. I'm gonna use heat. Keep it somewhat normal shape round. And then you just gotta hold it down.
However long that may take.
It depends on how hot it is outside or in your room or whatever. This room's fairly cool, so it should be fairly quick. You can also move it around, the airflow helpful. As you can see, that's our curving.
Right side. Left side. Left side. Left side.
Bruce building his own things over here.
I am not exact.
I know, he should have his own little camera.
So you can see I rolled that up real nice tight, Swiss roll style. Cool.
I want a Swiss roll now.
Oh, a nice little round piece. And that makes it want to land. Now we have a knife.
Ooh-dee-doo-doo-doo.
And then I'll do the same for this one. Do you know if you
I like waffles.
your fingernails and you press down in it when it's hot, you can leave fingernail marks in the foam. So be careful for that. You can also add damage to your foam that way. So where's the pieces?
Oh.
You're not using. Cut that piece off, that would be fine. Throw that away over there. And that one now. This is a rack match for that other eye. But if you got something like this where it's nice and smooth, you want it to make it look like it got beaten up, you can heat it and then just take a rock or that'll work. Back, this is an old beat up broken Dremel. Get hot. You can see there's texture there now. That'll give you texture on your parts.
Dun, 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 dun.
So if you want texture to a part, that is the easy way to get it. You can get even like that rough metal look fairly easy just by having. You can also 3D print. I was playing with this before. You can 3D print like the texture pads for the D&D games and the tabletop games. So like brick or rock or ground like that. If you 3D print those, and then heat the foam up, and then press that down into your foam, you can transfer those patterns into your foam as a negative. So whatever is bumped up on the 3D print will be a bump down into your foam. So when you get that press into your foam, you get that negative down in your foam. If you're doing something like, if you print out like dirt or grass, as they call it, and press that in there, it'll start looking like galvanized metal. So like that's really good for like shoulder pummels and stuff, where you get that rough metal look on some of these costumes.
Can I make a sound?
You care that thing. That thing's spooky. So you can get away with getting a lot of texture very easily just by printing out one of those. I would also, I don't know where it is. I have these wood grain brushes. I've used these as well with foam. If you heat it up, you can press it in there, or heat up the foam and press it in there and get the texture off the wood.
I'll use paint.
That's something different, sir. Okay.
Well, yeah.
We have two eyes. We have a head top, an antenna. What else can we get done with Gur here? Let's pull him up to look at him. I'll probably make that chest pad. Yeah, let's make that chest pad.
His little front thing.
Yep, we'll make it out of this.
So his little square.
Yeah, that green square right in his chest. So we have his eyes, we have the top of his head. We'll do the chest plate right here. His legs are one conical cone. I'm probably gonna have to split that in half so like he can have it neat. His arm is a series of rings with a ball for the shoulder. His hand's gonna be fun.
Because it's like a little claw looking thing.
It's a mouse, a computer mouse almost. It's literally,
His hand.
it's like a pig hoof shape. And I don't think he actually technically has a thumb.
He's like this.
Yeah, he's spocking it without a thumb. So he kind of has like a hoof thing going on,
I can't do it. I'm really trying. I can't.
which must make it real hard for them tacos. Can you imagine trying to hold a taco without a freaking thumb?
Apparently, Gurk can do it. He also can hold a fork and eat waffles.
Also, well, if you notice, a lot of the time he's holding things like this. So he'll be holding his taco like this. Get he a little guy. Let's measure your belly. See how big you want to make this thing.
So take off the giant hoodie.
No, he's fine. 9. 9 by 10? Almost sounds like that Deadpool thing you were wearing. So we'll do 9 by 10. So let's see, how wide are you?
But you're making an even version of this thing, right?
This thing is a little over 14 this way. Okay. So what we will do is our bigger number is 10. We will take the bigger number out of that because it fits.
Okay, I made a He-Man out of this.
10. And then 9. You're using a roller to start setting your mark, and it is double-sided. Your inch marks will normally line up, so make sure both sides of your inch mark are lined up, and that won't make you dead square, but that will get you in the ballpark at least. So, like this ruler is actually measured opposite directions, so I'm lining up both 9 and 27 at the same time.
Yes, and make a centipede. Dragon centipede. And then make a pendant for this thing. I made a centipede now. Yay! I made a lot of He-Man looking things and centipede. He cannot stand up. There's
that. We need to go 10 on Megacon. 10 is also 26. We will mark that there. And we'll rotate. You guys can't see the direction on my I am handed, and I have to be able to write. Boop. That will work. Alright, so that's going to be
So
our
how much of that foam is going to be the piece?
Huh?
How much of that foam is going to be the piece?
That's square. It's 10
Okay.
by 9. So it's just a little off square. So,
See it?
yeah, it's nice. Getting stuff. Always maintain your tools. If you take care of your tools will make your day easier. The nicer your tools,
That they do.
the nicer they are to you. That is a little off square, but I don't care because it's dirt. And it kind of adds to dirt. There's this chest pad. I think that nice blue color.
Okay, give him his head.
I think I'm gonna make a lot of this out of 2mm foam. I think that's what this is. Where's my ruler?
2 mil.
Okay,
Nope, this is bigger than that. This is.
I make limbs.
No, this is 2mm. No, this is 2mm. By the way, you have centimeters, and you need to measure your thing. Each of those lines in between each centimeter is 1 millimeter, and that is a quick reference point because every centimeter is 10 millimeters. Conversion, but it works. So I think I'm gonna make the majority of that this thin stuff for 2 reasons. One, it'll give me that nice robot shape or shambled shape. But 2, it'll stay super light and have some flex so that if he does bend or fold or whatever, it'll be fine. And then when we are all done, there'll be a couple spots that'll make thicker foam, like his top plate. Let's pull up here real quick here. Pull up here. And I'll... Okay. So, like, there's top plate across here. You can see the little magnifying guy, right?
Yeah, like I can see a little dot basically moving.
Okay. So this plate right here across the top will be a thicker foam. I think his leg sections might be 2 pieces of thicker foam each because those are going to get beat on. So we need to make those a little more durable. These arm sections, I think I will probably go with a medium thickness foam. The shoulder will be the thin foam. The rest of this body and his head are going to be interesting. I'm going to have his proportions off a little, but otherwise he's going to be freaking dying. Because if I made this to his proportions, let's see. Let's go back to the screen so we can flip this. I'm going to remove that. Go back to the screen. Okay. If I did those proportions, his head would have to be this wide and squat down. Like,
no.
huge. He'd be a bobblehead. He'd be a freaking pop figure.
Pop figure, yeah.
Yeah.
Because that if I built Gur to actual proportions, that's just what he'd become. So I'm gonna give Gur more normal proportion because there's no way anybody in that universe should be standing upright, any kid at least, because all the kids have really big heads and should fall over. So
I don't think any of them are drawn standing straight.
they all should be falling over onto their face or backwards onto the back of their head. So they're all either their head leaning back a little bit so they should fall backwards from all that counterweight, or their head like flips like them. His neck is way in the back of his head and it flips forward. They all should be falling over. Only the adults really should be able to stand because they're like normal-ish human proportions. I think the closest to normal proportions would probably be Gaz for kids. Gaz is kind of close to normal, but she's not exactly. Her head's still like the same size as her body. Not quite bobblehead, but like hourglass. See, we have 2 eyes, we have a chest plate. What else does Gur need? That we can actually work on.
Well, how long are we going tonight?
I don't know. Probably run out of stuff to do. I guess we could do.
Okay.
Yeah, or his palm. I don't know about that stuff, but
His palms?
first, what I need you to do is that.
I cannot move my hand do that.
Okay, I know how to make your hand do that.
No. 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 Why?
Okay, let's take your hand.
No.
Yep.
No. No.
Just get used to it. Just like that. Easy and easy.
This side could stay together. That side of this side.
I'll do this. Get back off after. Okay. pizza wedge, pizza wedge. Bring that out a little bit past. Bring that out a bit past. Then we go
Sehwang saying head shaping.
head. I don't have a big enough piece of foam right now for his head. That will probably be a later show after I have some money again. So I am broke. You can undo your hand.
Freedom for strangers!
Freedom!
So that's what we came up with for his hand plate.
Freedom!
So I will cut one out and then use that for the template for the other.
I'm not going to build yet. Okay. Have a way of building. Let's make a really tall one.
What's going to be really interesting is I'm going to have to figure out how to make like a bubble dome shape for this. I'm going to have to figure out some kind of like a buck to use to make a bubble dome. And if anyone's wondering what is a buck is a object that you can form material over the top of. Typically used for like vacuum forming, because with vacuum forming you will have a piece, like say you needed something in the shape of this, and then you have a plate with a bunch of holes in it, and a vacuum hooked up to those holes, and then you put a piece of plastic sheet in between two frames, heat it up with a light, and then as soon as it starts to droop a little, push it down, hit the vacuum, it sucks it tight around the piece. That's how you get the packaging for like toys. It sucks it down around the piece, and you can use your hands to work in the edges to get it a better fit. And then as soon as it cools, but it cools pretty quick because of all that airflow from the vacuum, then you can lift up the frame, or pop apart the frame, pull out your piece, work your butt out of the piece, and then now you have a plastic shell of whatever it was. This is commonly how golf lenses for helmets and stuff are made. You make a buck that will fit the inside, and then vacuum form it to get your way. It does not matter what the buck is made of, as long as it can handle the heat of the heat lamp and the hot plastic. In this case, they'll just have to be able to handle that I can form foam with it, so it can even be something like a bowl.
So how would he wear that? Was it just going over his hand like a glove?
Yep, more or
You
less.
make one laying down.
And now I will use it as a template to trace and make another one.
And then basically join.
If you had to make a bunch of something, pick one to be your template. Set your first one as a template. Mark it so that it's marked separate from everything else, somewhere that it won't be seen on your final project. And keep using the original first one you cut. So if I needed to make a bunch of these, I would mark this one, pattern or whatever, somewhere that won't be seen. Keep using the same pattern. So what will happen is over time, as you cut another one and another one and another one, it'll either start growing or shrinking, depending on what material you're working with. And it is really annoying when the part shrinks on you or throat, because then like you get 5-6 parts down and you go to check one of them and it just doesn't fit at all. You have to redo however many times it stops fitting.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody wants to redo it. And sometimes you just can't afford to have to redo work because it's the night before a show and you only have X amount of material, and there's nowhere to go get more.
And the con crunch is really on at that point.
That's why it is very important to pay attention to order of operations and that everything is the right sizes.
I made it. Thank you. And me.
Your hands.
Actually, I didn't get my hands a little. My fingers a little above.
Mhm.
You said my phone. That's.
Yep. I actually might leave a little hole in his hand here so that you have your thumb out.
And I can grab stuff. That'll.
Because then you can have it send a little more over that way. Keep your hand over a little. Have your thumb out. And make it go like that.
Okay.
That way you can have your thumbs out to be able to work and function a little bit. But then when you take pictures, you can
Mm-hmm.
When I sit down, I'll pop it into the usual. And
But we have our 2 palms now. I have to figure out how to make a buck for that. I do have a deer hoof 3D print. I could print that very large and use that as a buck possibly.
Mm-hmm.
The only weird part about that is it has a kind of flat pad that'd be right here. That could be a little bit off, but
we'll find a way to fix it.
we have her hands. We have eyeballs, we have hands, we have chest piece. He does have a little strip on him, which is something like, yeah, his little front tab, something like that. Something shaped kind of like that. And now I just got a little tab for the front plate because he has that little piece at the top there that helps hold his plate.
Yeah, it looks like it's like taped on or something.
Yeah, kinda, yeah. So there's that. Let's go back to here. Let's see what else Gur has here that we can do. I think I need to get more reference photos for Gur later, but I think that will do it for now. So in that case, let's add that to stage. And
All right, guys. So this coming Sunday, Zach Geeks will have their very own booth at Secret Stash TCG show, where there will be Pokemon card trading and Pokemon accoutrement. It'll be in Folsom. Now, I'm sorry, blanked. It'll be from 10 to 4 p.m. on Sunday. This coming Sunday, March 15th. So if you guys really like Pokemon cards and you want to get more, head on over to there in Folsom this weekend. The following weekend, SAC Comic Con will be here March 21st to 22nd at the Sacramento Convention Center in downtown Sacramento. It's going to be a lot of cool celebrities and guests. Sat Geeks is going to have their own table there too. I won't be there, but my good friend April will be there. So say hey to her for me. I won't be there because I will be in LA for Brick Centric 2026. It's, I believe, their first time having this convention there. We're going to go with Distance Nerding and check it out. And of course, we'll be back and do a Geekend update to tell you about our experience there. The weekend after that, Pete Salazar, who owns Time Machine Productions, has the Weekend Blender in Clovis, California, inside of the Sierra Vista Mall. It is a 2-day convention, March 28th and 29th, and your lovely Lady Deadpool Fresno is going to be your cosplay host that weekend. So if you are in that area, get over there to the mall, say hey, take a picture with Lady Deadpool because she is freaking awesome, and tell her we sent you. If you're not in that area and do want to do something that weekend, Sat Geeks is having their bi-monthly market at Lucid Winery. This time it is Heroes vs. Villains Masquerade. We still have VIP tickets available, and where we'll have mini workshops and an awesome goodie bag. I do believe I'll actually be there. I'm not sure what costume I'm going to be wearing. I might be a villain because it's just easier for me to throw on a villain. And also, guys, it's still happening. Brucey Boy here is still in the running for America's Most Artistic Kid. He needs to be in the top 10 by tomorrow, Thursday at 7 p.m. California Pacific time. So guys, go to the link. The link is in our bio. If you have me personally on Facebook, it is pinned to the top of my page on there too. Go there. It is free to vote. You get one free vote every 24 hours. If you would love to donate more votes, they ask that you give a cash donation that goes to blood cancer research, and it's for a great cause. And also, you help this creative little kid that you know show the world or America that he is the most artistic kid. Now, wrapping things up, guys, we are still on the road to 200. We have 183 subscribers, 183 subscribers. So we only need 17 more subscribers to get to that 200 goal, so we can give away all kinds of free prizes and stuff. We have Witcher, we have Pokemon, we have 3D prints of hella cool stuff, and we're getting more as we go on because we want to be like Phil and buy your guys' affection. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your coworkers, tell your kids. Your kids are scrolling on YouTube all the time. Just take their phone and hit subscribe. That's all you got to do. And once we hit that 200, we will have a very special live where we will be giving away stuff. So please get us to that 200. And that is all for me.
Okay, so that's going to wrap it up for tonight. I just looked online while she was doing that with you guys. Distance Nerding is on Talking to the Brick Centric people. So go check that out, and we will see you next time. Remember, be a maker, not a hater.